Good morning, you all. It is a cold, foggy day, but I am happy to be alive this morning. And if you all are familiar with the program, you know that this is usually nothing more than a drive to work or drive to my destination, and we have a conversation. Sometimes I'll talk about things that are going on in my life or my business life, or I'll answer questions. I usually try not to get political or try to get too involved in what is going on around us as far as I don't know. I try not to debate. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into a situation where I'm debating someone, or just because I don't know. I don't know. All right. Um, these past couple of months, it's been rough for a lot of people. And I've sat back and I've hit my social media pages. I've watched some news, watched YouTube, and I've heard some people say some pretty ridiculous, disgusting, disrespectful, and in some instances, right out evil things. Okay, I've heard people not have any sympathy or empathy for anyone. Hold on a second here. Let's see who this is. I've heard people say some pretty evil things, you know what I mean? And good morning. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. And I'll start off, and it's been on no matter what your political affiliation is, or there's a way to exhibit or show what you stand for without being evil, So I'll give you a little bit of history about myself, because this is not going to be a very long ride, but just a little history. When I was a child, I thought that food stamps, some government assistance was part of life. All right, my dad, he worked his butt off, but he wasn't getting paid enough hourly wage to take care of 2 kids and a wife. And this is before we realized, or I knew, that I also had a brother and an older brother. So at the end of the day, we got on government assistance, which was food stamps. We didn't get the welfare benefits or nothing like that. We got food stamps, all right? What they call SNAP today. And those things fed us there were still days where before the end of the month, we would run out of food because, like I said, my dad wouldn't get paid very much. My dad had a 7th grade education. Like I said, he worked as hard as he could. What jobs he was allowed to work because of that drawback. All right, so he was able to continue to work hard, and he started getting raises. He got a job with the state of Kentucky, and the state of Kentucky's wages started getting better. All right, and we were able to get off of food stamps. We didn't try to con the system. Or my parents didn't try to con the system. They didn't try to figure out a way to stay on them. They went by the rules, okay? Food stamps help. Now, fast forward to my adult life. July 2007. No. July 2008. July 2008, I get laid off of my job. Okay? It's no fault of my own. I went to work every day. I was in no danger of losing my job. Just the financial crisis happened under a certain party, mind you. See, certain people think that they're perfect, but when you look at the history, none of us are. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Housing market crashed. Financial institutions were in peril, and I lost my job. All right, worked in the automotive industry. People weren't selling vehicles. Vehicles were getting repossessed. For personal reasons, I'm not going to say what I drive. Well, you know what, I will. It's a Toyota. So anyway, I get laid off, and mind you, I thought I had a steady job at that time, and I have some children, and my wife's pregnant with our youngest, and I don't have a job. I don't have a job. So we have to get on SNAP, which took right out 6 months before we could actually get any SNAP benefits that amounted to anything. The first time we applied was like $25, and when we applied, they wanted all of our information, and they wanted our blood from our firstborn. And I'm just trying to be funny, but I mean, it wasn't an easy process. I mean, you had to get through this. So I'm gonna tell you right now, here's where I'm at. All right, people, this is what I'm gonna say. I told you all that to tell you this. There are some people out there who have great points and great point of views about how they feel about this situation, about this shutdown and so-called entitlement programs. All right, both sides, both points of view have had advocates that have created a I ain't gonna say created, but they've argued a narrative with dignity and class, and they provoke thought. And then you have the others who get on and just spew out their mouths, and they don't have a damn clue about what they're talking about. The people who just cast a blanket over everyone, and I'm saying both points of view now. You got some people who are going around like a bunch of idiots hollering about going to steal when they're sitting in a recording. Okay, so that means they have a mobile service that they have to pay for. They got their hair done, they got their nails done, they've got on a nice wardrobe, and they say they have to steal because somebody's gonna cut off their food stamps. That's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life. And that's one of the most laziest shit I've ever been able to witness in my life. Excuse my language, but this is right here just now, and that's the extreme side of one point of view. And then there's another point of view where you got people basically saying that everybody who's on food stamps is a lazy son of a bitch or a lazy ass woman. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Not everybody who's on food stamps is lazy. They need help. That's what those programs are designed for. Now, if you would have caught the last part of my story where I said it took an act of Congress for me and my family just to get on food stamps now, and I've been laid off. No other income. I've got multiple kids with my wife pregnant with another kid on the way. And it took an act of Congress for us to get food stamps. So people are hollering about all the illegals is on these government assistance programs. Our current administration said they were going to drain the swamp. I remember the Reagan administration when I was a little boy. So they were going to have a war on drugs. But guess what they did with that so-called war? They arrested street-level drug dealers. They didn't go after the suppliers. They had the opportunity to get some big names, but they went after the street level. And let me rephrase that. They didn't go after the suppliers with the level and the ferocity of the way they did the street level dealers. And this administration, they're not ignorant. I mean, they might talk like they're ignorant, but they have some sense. And they should know that somehow, some way, if illegals, which I believe they do, illegal immigrants get on government programs, they are being helped. There is an accomplice somewhere who's getting paid. If they're paying people to come into the country, they're paying people to help them get subsidies. And those are the people that you really need to be going after. You need to be going after the workers who are turning a blind eye and helping these people. All right? So, do I think that illegals shouldn't get any assistance? This is going to be a hard one. Hello! Happy to see you. This is a hard one because the human side of me wants to help everybody. But we also have laws of the land. I think we need to make path to citizenship a little bit more direct. Of course, we need to vet. Nowadays, you got to vet people. Or, I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. That's a hard one, and I guess I'm just going to be totally transparent. I'm probably going to lose some people for this, and that's fine, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I believe that if you are not in this country legally, you should not benefit from the taxpayers' dollars. That's just my opinion. Not to say that we don't try to help in some other ways, but do it right. My day has been good so far. I woke up this morning, I'm alive, and I'm happy. Are you sick? Well, bless your heart. Well, we're coming to the end of the live, okay? If you're regular to this channel, you know this is the spot right here where I tell you all, you're not going to school today? Well, yeah, you don't want to get everybody else sick. That's good. That's responsible. That's being responsible, I should say. Oh, they just straight run that red light. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna have to get off of here. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to vent. I'm not saying what I've said is right or wrong. I'm just telling you my opinion, okay? Your birthday is soon. Well, I'm gonna try to get back on here, so I'm gonna give you a early happy birthday, and then after that, if I can get on here and you're on, I'll wish you a happy birthday when I get on here in next couple of days. Damn, boy, she is rolling. Okay. All right, bye, you all. Y'all have a good one. Remember this, if everybody serves, everybody gets served. Love you guys.